Borrowing against your policy. Whole life insurance policies also build value from which the life insurance policy owner can borrow without terminating the coverage. Whole life insurance, a type of permanent insurance, combines life insurance protection and investment that lasts your entire life. The life insurance portion is the benefit amount your beneficiaries receive when you die. The investment portion is the portion of your premium that is stored in a cash account. You can use the cash account in a number of ways. You can withdraw money from the account, or you can borrow against the cash value. After the policy has been enforced for several years and the cash value has built up, you can even use the accrued money to pay your life insurance premium, known as being paid up. For tax purposes, most experts recommend that you borrow against the cash account rather than withdraw cash, so you do not have to pay income taxes on the money. When the death benefit is paid, the amount is reduced by any cash you have borrowed. Here are some types of whole life insurance. There's participating whole life. This policy pays dividends. When the company has earnings, a portion is paid to you. You can have dividends sent to you as cash or have them invested in your cash account. There's non-participating whole life. This policy does not pay dividends, but may be a little bit cheaper. For both participating and non-participating policies, different payment options are also available. There's level premium whole life. You pay the same premium annually for your entire life. There's limited payment whole life, which payments end after a specified period. And single premium whole life, which is you pay one large sum and are covered for the rest of your life. A participating policy generally costs more than a non-participating policy, but you may make that money back in dividends. Which policy you choose depends on how much money you can spend on your premium. All of the different types of whole life insurance cover you for your whole life and have cash accounts that build over time. Policy lapses and reinstatement. Whatever your reason is for allowing whole life insurance to lapse, the policy may still hold value for you. Here are some options to consider if your whole life insurance policy lapses. Number one, make a late payment. In most cases, you have a 30 or 31-day grace period to make up for a missed payment. So even if you are late, you can keep the policy in force by catching up. According to the American Council of Life Insurers, if a policyholder dies within the grace period, beneficiaries still receive the benefits left over. The overdue payment is deducted. But if the insured person dies after the grace period, beneficiaries do not receive the death benefit. Number two, reinstate the lapsed policy. ACLI says that most policies can be reinstated within 5 years of lapsing, as long as past premiums are paid up and any loans you have against the policy have been satisfied. However, you may have to prove your insurability again. ACLI says that the process of reinstatement is usually cheaper than purchasing a new policy. Here are some lapse alternatives. Before giving up on your policy and walking away, ask your life insurance company about the surrender value of your policy. The longer you've held it, the higher the cash surrender value will be. In some cases, there is a surrender charge that is deducted from the value. Still, it's better to get something rather than nothing. If you've built up enough cash value, you can ask your insurer to consider the policy paid up at a level supported by your cash value, which will be smaller than the original face value. You then no longer have to make premium payments and you'll have a death benefit to pass on. You can also sell your whole life insurance policy in a transaction known as life settlement. Instead of allowing a policy to lapse or withdrawing the cash value, an increasing number of policyholders are selling their unwanted life insurance policies to investors. Investors take over the payments, are named as the beneficiaries, and collect death benefits when policyholders pass away. Life settlements are typically conducted by institutional investors that want higher return than can be found in the bond market. Here's a little bit about selling your policy. If you are thinking about selling your whole life insurance policy as a life settlement, here are some things you should be aware of. This option is typically available to policyholders who are at least 65 and have life expectancies of 12 years or less. The amount you can get for your whole life insurance policy depends on your life expectancy, the face value of the policy, and how much investors will have to pay to keep the policy in force. Most policies acquired by investors are worth at least $250,000, although some are worth less. The broker's commission comes out of your proceeds, so shop around to investigate rates. Although life insurance proceeds are tax-free to beneficiaries, you may have to pay taxes on any life settlement that exceeds the amount you've paid in premiums. How much is your policy worth to an investor? It varies, but a rule of thumb is that it is worth 3 times the amount you'd get from cashing in the policy. Before allowing your whole life insurance policy to lapse or deciding to sell it or cash it in, consider your initial reasons for obtaining the policy. Are your beneficiaries financially protected in the event of your death? In summary, with permanent life insurance policies, insurers know that they will have to pay your beneficiaries at some point. As a result, permanent life insurance policies have a higher premium than term life insurance. The cost of your death benefit is built into your monthly premiums. The insurer sets aside a chunk of your monthly payments in a pool that grows with interest. This accumulating pool of money provides, in addition to a death benefit, the cash value savings account. That's why permanent life insurance is sometimes pitched as an investment. Keep in mind that insurance companies pay attention to your habits. So if you have a history of lapsing life insurance policies, you'll generally have trouble buying a new policy in the future. It really varies, but I can tell you from firsthand experience that the premiums are a little bit higher. So if you're not sure about paying a higher premium, you may not want to get involved with it. Definitely do your homework and contact a lot of different insurance agents. The thing that I don't like about a lot of insurance agents today is that you contact them, you can't speak with them directly, and you leave your information. They'll call you back, but they don't leave a message. And I don't know whether it's because they have an auto dialer or some other type of system. Maybe some of you out there who are licensed insurance agents and you work for a company, maybe you can answer that question. But it's horribly annoying, and I can't stand it. And personally, I don't deal with people who can't leave me a personal message and say, yes, this is so-and-so from so-and-so agency. You contacted me about some insurance. What's a good time to talk? These people just continually call without leaving a message. I don't know who it is, and if by chance I happen to be at home or not doing anything and I take the call, then they go into their little sales spiel or whatever, which I don't really appreciate that. So maybe that's quote-unquote the way they do things, but that's not the way I do things. So that's just me. You guys can make your own decision about that and deal with people the way you want to deal with them, but I don't deal with anyone who calls my home and does not leave a message. That's just rude. And if it's because some auto dialing system, then it is what it is, but you're not getting my policy. So that's basically that. Anyway, feel free to leave us a message at the Anarchist University page. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to leave a comment, that's fine. I don't check the comments, so I probably won't see it unless someone else sends it to me. But if you want to message the page, I think someone can pass that along. Thanks again for watching my presentation on becoming your own bank using whole life insurance. My name is Skip Pulley. Also, be sure to like and subscribe my personal YouTube channels, which are Time in Outer Space, the podcast, the Soundboy Show, Gen X Retro, Soundboy International Pictures, Catharzine Magazine, and Ethic Magazine. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope everyone learned something, and feel free to message us, and I will see you next time. Thank you.